The Council has largely remained unchanged since the UN's inception 75 years ago, and only reformed once in 1965 when the non-permanent seats on the Council were expanded from 6 to 10. Intergovernmental negotiations started 12 years ago and have made little headway as hopes abound that the 75th anniversary of the organization can provide added impetus.
Let us be clear. The Security Council of today is not reflective of the current realities of the world we live in. The broader UN membership has, over half a century, rightfully reached a point where it demands to be represented in all organs of the United Nations in a fully representative and equitable manner, which includes developing countries having a voice in both membership categories of Security Council. With the reality that most peace and security issues on the Council agenda relate to our continent, Africa, cannot remain unrepresented and excluded from being represented in the permanent membership category of this organ of the UN.
He called for the IGN process to be reinvigorated, urging the heeding of Africa's call for at least 2 permanent seats with all the prerogatives associated therein, as well as 5 non-permanent seats as embodied in the common African position in the Eswatini Consensus.
We join other member states that have called for us to explore options for moving the negotiation process at the IGN, including the start of text-based negotiation and establishment of a roadmap with clear implementable timeframes for the immediate normalization of the IGN process. So I believe the time has come for the IGN process to adapt the rules of procedure of the General Assembly, which will normalize the process by bringing into conformity with all other negotiation processes undertaken by this very important body sometime in this very hall.
Matjila indicated that a reformed council should have 26 seats, up from the current 15.
The current stalemate in the council and glaring failure for the council to carry out its historical mandate of maintaining peace and security is largely attributed to its current configuration, which is outdated. To put it simply, it is no longer reflective of the UN we need.
Adding a further complication is that any consensus reached by member states would then need to be signed off by the 5 permanent members of the Council, who have veto powers over any changes to the Council's configuration.
It is the crux of the matter. It's not an issue that we sit as 193. The 190 or 180 say this is the way to go and then it works. No, this is the issue.
So the 5 permanent members essentially hold sway as to where this process goes.
You know, they are important. The first is, before it gets to them, we have to agree to something. But whatever gets to them, unless they all sign onto it, nothing happens.
A slow-moving train, where the destination remains unclear at best. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.